Hey now, Deadheads. It's DR.KOBA, and we're back with yet another review from the 2025 Grateful Dead Enjoying the Ride 60 CD box set. We've come to a special night here in 1987, 9/16/87, at the one and only Madison Square Garden with a huge amount of history and a huge amount of classic concerts for not just the Grateful Dead, but Fish and every other band that ever walked the earth. And so, what we have here is it's a special document, um, in so much that it comes from a period of the In the Dark 1987s when Touch of Grey is has come out, and the album In the Dark has come out, and they're enormous, and so the energy level is high. It is like a rocket ship, and for Jerry, he had come back from the dead pretty much for all intents and purposes, had come back from the dead. So they are experiencing a rebirth, and what you have here is a special show from a line of great shows. I know that in a prior 2015 box set, I have the other one. I think it's 9/18, 87, with the Terrapin and the little Bamba bit that happens in Good Lovin'. This one is its spiritual brother or sister. It is a sister show because they do a little bit of old rock and roll there in the second set, not unlike when they drop La Bamba during Good Lovin'. Here, you get in the second set, after the greatest story ever told, we get Devil with a blue dress. Good golly, Miss Molly, Devil with a blue dress on. Fee fee fi fi fo fo fum, being sung by Brent. So what we have here though is high energy start. You've got party mood, Saturday night. I don't know if it's a Saturday night, but it's a party, and the energy is through the roof immediately. You have Touch of Grey as an opener, so they're like conquering heroes. You have Jerry hitting all the cylinders, and then just to show you that they feel so good about where they're at and what they're doing, that they do Scarlet Begonias as the second song of the night, without Fire on the Mountain or any other song that it goes into. It is so rare, and that they would pull out a 1-2 punch like that. You can hear it on the tape. People are losing their fucking mind. They know what they're hearing, and what they're hearing is the Dead, probably with perma smiles on their faces, just looking at each other, and Jerry looking over, with his glasses over the top of his eyes, just like, yeah, we're doing it, man. You have them firing on all cylinders, and then they come off of a nice little jam in Scarlet, um, back into their usual rotation, sort of. They Bob does a little bit Rooster. He's got his great little slide solo. You got Jerry. Everyone is taking solos. They've all got juice. They've all got something weird happening. They've all got something good happening. There's like reverb on the vocals. There's just psych stuff happening, but it's just all rock and high energy. Um, from there on, we've got Dire Wolf. I love Dire Wolf. Anytime it's happening, I like it. It's a nice little bopping number. It's good. And then Bobby pulls us back into In the Dark with My Brother Esau, which is a great version too. Um, Great tune. The little reverb or slapback echo that's on the vocals, the lumbering rhythm that kind of just goes out and comes back like you're throwing a fishing line out. It's perfect. The drummers are high energy. You have us bringing it down a little bit with High Time. It's a good version, solid. Can't say anything bad about it. It's meant to be the ballad cool off, and you get that bit. And then we go into an amazingly rocked out, also psyched out version of Let It Grow, with a great jam. You hear Bobby really hitting those E major, but those E power chords in the middle of the minor jam. You have everybody hitting so well. This is high energy rock music, Dead style, and then you slam into "Don't Ease Me In," which is great in this slot. It is better than like "Johnny Be Good" or something like that. Uh, Blues rock number. Works perfect for the set. Great set. Um, Underscoring how different where they're at with the set lists. For the second set we open up with Bertha, so another high energy rock Bertha. It kind of comes and goes by. They go into Greatest Story Ever Told, where Jerry gets on the wah pedal, like the later versions where you don't usually hear him go into the wah. But Moses came up on riding on Quasar, and they rock through that, and you could tell they're kind of looking at each other when they get into the end, and then Brent hits into the rock and roll classics, "The Devil with the Blue Dress." It's not embarrassing. It's a loving tribute. It's perfect for what they're doing. They go through their "Good Golly Miss Molly." This stuff is so like it could be so hack if you were a hack band, and they're not a hack band. So like it could be the hackiest shit in the world, but it's not. So they escape that just by just kind of smiling at each other and just doing this loving tribute to rock music of their childhood. And then they slow it back down with "He's Gone," but it's not really slow. You have a paced out version of "He's Gone," with a really good jam at the end of it. Bobby kind of really, you can hear the triplet action happening where it could be trucking, it could be the other one. They're kind of really sprinkling it in a little bit. You have Bobby slide. You have just a nice little outro jam. It goes into cool drums in space. Like it's a lot of acoustic drumming, and then you have some awesome beam. And I love the fact that they don't break it up here. You have drums and space put together like they should be. It's thought of as one thing. You have a really cool little dissonant jam where during space, Jerry comes back in with Bobby and they do their little duet. And then eventually it winds its way into the disc 3, which has trucking. This one is clearly of the time because instead of vitamin C's and cocaine, it's crack. But they say it's a fucking shame, crack. So you get trucking as long as there's no slide whistle being no whistling. It's cool with me. Here is where the heart of this show is trucking, and then we rock out into Wharf Rat. But nothing is slow. The pace is constant, even if their music is slowish. Like Wharf Rat has the pathos of the story of being told. The person who doesn't have any confidence in themselves or confidence in life and what that means, it's a song that could either drag or has a lot of ego, and a lot of it's an environment, it's an atmosphere, it's a state of mind. From when we were listening to versions from 1971 where it's more of a straightforward rock kind of song, but it's a ballady kind of thing. It's not really a ballad, it's not a blues, it's more of an environment. It's chords that are open and suspended, and so nothing is really ever resolved in it. It's this feeling of unresolved. The main character goes through a transformation, and yes, you do get the dance, so true to me and true to my dying day. It's you're looking for something that's real, and Jerry has to be that person that's looking for that truth in life and expressing that through his vocals and through the guitar, and the band is expressing that through the relentless rhythm of and so they do it. Jerry let's during the ending solo jam, he kind of just really turns himself up and goes for it. Tries to do this screaming guitar, screaming rock Jerry guitar, and it's great. And it leads us into Throwing Stones, which here yes, it is yet another in the dark part, but what you have here is the story of what's happening in America and what's happening in the culture. It's a time capsule of the baby boomer generation, and uh, it is a capsule of everything that's wrong with capitalism and everything that's wrong with communism and these ideas of the Cold War that are still alive to this day in an entirely other sense. But what I'm trying to say is that this song reflects what America is, and the rhythm of the Bo Diddley Not Fade Away rhythm, the dun 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 dun, that rhythm is the expression of America. It's the expression of the heartbeat of America in American rock music, and the ever-present fear of nuclear war is being uh, shown here. And ashes, ashes, all fall down. Like, yes, it might be like London Bridge is falling. Like, there is that nursery rhyme, like couplet that goes along with that has one level of it's a nursery rhyme and simple rhyme that's could be stupid, but on the other hand here it takes on this entirely more sinister view. And the Soviet Union hadn't, like, at this point in time in 1987, tensions were high. You could still have a nuclear war, and these are people who lived underneath the cloud of the Cold War. And so for them, ashes, ashes, all fall down. And for the people who are experiencing this concert, it would have worked on one level, but on the other level, it was, the nuclear war, all fall down. Everyone gets obliterated and turned into ashes. And Jerry pulls them through with more screaming rock guitar. And the jam, the major key jam pulls them through, and they then, it comes to its ultimate apex as Not Fade Away, which is the most American song you could get. And it is Buddy Holly, it is Bo Diddley, it is rock music, it's black and white, it has every bit of it. Earlier in the set when they're doing Devil with the Blue Dress, that it's a loving tribute to the 60s. It's a loving tribute to rock music in its infancy and the electric guitar growing up along with it. Yes, they would do this, these songs in a row all the time. But like here, they feel like there's something else. It just feels like there's something else that's going on that has more of a purpose and an intent, that kind of mystical thing that keeps us being deadheads, really. Like, when it works, and it works on this spiritual level. And this is really where they're pointed at on this one. And you could have gone to this concert and not caught any of these vibes. Listening back, it's hard to miss. It's not hard to miss at all. But that's what really the America beat is what caught me when I was listening to this. I've heard these tunes hundreds of times, just on CD and listening to them do these concerts, and it just sort of struck me what's being told here and kind of what they're doing. And it was really, really heavy when I kind of understood what was being said and kind of understood, like, yeah, the rich man in his summer home, and just leave well enough alone. But that well enough alone is a nuclear war, and the only thing you can do is, America is not fade away, and so, and then the ultimate Robert Hunter song ends bloody Black Muddy River. So you have yet another amazing Jerry in the Dark song. And here it is not it's not an uplifting tune. It's about death itself, and the just resignation about that this is a part of life, and you have to accept this part of life, and you have to appreciate what you have when you have it, and you get to choose your end. And it's not just you ending. There's something else spiritual that connects you to the earth, and it connects you to that black muddy river that you walk alone, and you can put your head down, and you kind of are living proof of the environment. You're a part of it. And so it really kind of just comes down to you being a part of the world. And so these are rock songs, and you could take it one set at one place, but there's a whole other spot that comes along with it, and it's very mystical. That's all I'm really going to say about this. This is a great show, and so it's really, really good stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Dr. Koba signing off.